I have had these Reader's Digest covers for some time now, so I thought that I would make myself a little series of journals bound with my Cinch binding machine. So this thing has got some room to grow if you decide to fluff it up. But I made these as basic writing journals. And so what that means is the pages are plain for the most part, and all of the books have got similar pages in them. A mix between stationery. This is a book this is one of the end pages from a Reader's Digest book. And I've stenciled on some of the whiter surfaces. You know, like here, it's kind of white. And then I also did some on the plain pages. I used a mix of scrapbook paper, as you can see here. Colored printer paper. This is vintage music paper, blank music paper. This came from a ledger. This is a stationery paper that I tea-dyed. A few of them have a couple little flip-outs there. You might see one or two of those in there. This is a newer style ledger book. More scrapbook paper, memo pad. This is actually scrapbook paper. Tea-dyed. There's lots of tea-dyed stuff in here. This came from a book. I've got a whole box of these name and address. It's like a full-size sheet, and I cut it down. So I've got like a box of those. So you'll be seeing those in a lot of my journals. But the paper is really nice. Tea-dyed paper. That one's a little torn there. Ledger paper. This came from a score book for like basketball. But the problem is one side is right side up, and then the other side is upside down. So that's how it is on all of them. I can't do nothing about that. More tea-dyed paper, scrapbook, printer paper in a peach color. This is from a log book, ledger book type thing. Tea-dyed scrapbook. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that's double-sided. Writing paper, vintage kids writing paper. This is actually vintage graph paper. You might not be able to tell, but it's not super white. Scrapbook. This is some vintage stationery. This is the end page from this book. So the other two, I had both of these, but this one I only had the one. So that's why I included another one from another book, because I save all the end pages. I like all the colored pages. So here's another one of them scorecards. That's upside down on the other side. More scrapbook paper, graph paper. This is a resume paper. They call it celery. I don't know what that means. Celery paper. It almost feels like it could be a vellum when you use it. It's not, but maybe it's like vellum's cousin, you know. If vellum had a cousin, that would probably be it. More ledger. I really got into this. I really just wanted to make plain things because I prefer a nice writing journal. As much as I love to build and look at the big junk journals, in all reality, I like the blank so that I can do what I want. I can do what I want in the book. Some of them have tabs. Two of the books have some tabbed pages. That's a nice piece of card. So I left the tabs on there with the respective letters that they had, and you can edit those as you see fit. This comes from some kind of a little weird composition book thing that I had. This is just some nice printer paper. Scrapbook. That's like a, you know, like a pad. I can't talk. I just can't talk. This is from a type of ledger book that's numbered. I tried to include some of these in each one. So just kind of flipping them out here. So there's the yellow one. The red one. There's lace on them, so as to cover up my cutting imperfections, but I really like the touch of lace. It's like really just simple little touch of lace, but it really adds a lot to the book. Blue printer paper, tea-dyed, Steno, how do you pronounce that? Something. Celery paper, graph. So it's like, you know, see, it's kind of the same stuff. They've all got the similar scrapbook papers. They've all got nicer stationery. They've all got ledger pages. They've all got these invoice pages, blank invoices, the music paper, the account ledger paper, the older ledger paper, you know, so it's just, they all got different, they've all got the same pages, but different, you know, so it's not a whole lot of variation between them except for the cover. And the stenciling is different in each one. I used different stencils in each one. So that's about the only difference. Although I think they've all got a peacock. One of from my stencils. One of them might not have any peacocks. One of them I might have put that stencil away. But two of them have peacocks. Little birds. I like that stencil. That's like a coffee ring, and it looks really good when you do the whole page with it. So then, you know, I was going to use a stamp and make lines on the pages, but, you know, I really want this to be whatever you want to make of it. I don't want to restrict you in any way other than what the paper itself is. Other than the restrictions of these lines on this page. See, here's the end page. And then this was a page that was attached to the end page, so I just kept it in because it's blank, so I just did a little stenciling on it. One of them score pages that's going to be upside down on one side. Tea-dyed paper. Scrapbook. So yeah, just really nice pages that are not, you know, they're unencumbered. They're easy for you to do what you please. Rip them out if you want. You know, just paint on them if you want. You know, some of these thinner papers might not take paint too well, but hey, do what you got to do on it, you know. This is the end page too. This is a book plate that's a sticker. I don't know why they switched to stickers. Oh, and then this was the end page attached to that, so I just kept them. These ones here, they're punched on two sides. You can see why. Another little flippy outy page. So I kind of just, you know, I wanted to just throw together some simple books that weren't, that could be affordable and still beautiful. So, you know, as I go through this last one, you'll see that it's still the similar kind of paper. Maybe I should count the pages as I go, since I don't know how many there are. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Peacock. This one I put the tab in upside down, so I had to rip it off. Sorry. So this one doesn't have a tab. And this, like, that one's upside down. And that one. I counted 82. I'm going to count them again because there were a few pages in each book that it was a very thin paper and the holes didn't punch right and I ended up taking them out. So I am going to count the pages in each book, but I'm going to say 80 plus pages in each book, which, you know, would be 160 writing surfaces, not counting the little flippy outies. So yeah, these are going to be listed in my Etsy store. Head on over to grab one for yourself and grab one for a friend. It's Christmas time, after all. The holidays are coming, so get on over and get yourself one. Ta-ta for now.